Every time there's reality TV discourse, there's also misogyny. That's one thing I've learned from being an active participant in reality TV discourse. I just want to say that it's been much, much, much worse this year. And whoever the new viewers are, could you please do us all a favor and not tune in next year? Because we had a perfectly nice time last year with a largely the same kind of representation and diversity on the show. We had basically none of the misogyny slash misogynoir that I feel like these women were subjected to this year. Hope any of these women that feel like they need a social media break really do take it, because guarantee you they were not expecting this. You know, if they were going off of like how people were treating the season 6 contestants, because people just tuned in with a fucking vengeance this season, like with a bone to pick right away. I feel like it forced production to make really bad choices. And I think that it ruined the season for everybody. Like misunderstandings and fights and all of those things, that has always been the lifeblood of reality TV. Right? In fact, production oftentimes tries to push people towards misunderstandings or towards asking a pointed question that's going to start a heated discussion, etc. But when the viewership doesn't understand, like cannot separate reality TV from reality, it becomes very concerning. It just becomes a breeding ground for, once again, first and foremost, hate and misogyny. And notice how the men came off completely unscathed this show. Like, nobody could say anything bad enough about the men. For Austin to get kicked out because he has said racist things, for Nick to get kicked out for doing the exact same thing that Sierra did. None of them ever got their comeuppance. But y'all made sure the women were punished and made to feel threatened and unsafe. Olandria being accused of being a bully when she told Huda, like, please don't bring that real men shit into the villa. Like, we can stand on our own 2 feet. She was called a bully. Shelly was told by a brand that she should eat a knuckle sandwich. Really picture who they said that about and why. That is extremely concerning, but you know why the brand did that? Because they picked up on the underlying sense of misogyny. And they thought it was going to be okay. The way that y'all were talking about these women, yes, including Huda, because the valid criticisms that y'all could have made about her were very, very laden with just general misogyny. Talking about she gave her body away, talking about she's a mother, talking about all this like conservative bullshit. That's misogyny. And that's what opens the door, is the fact that y'all were so comfortable speaking on Huda like that, that opened up the door for worse things. Not to mention the thickness of the irony with which a lot of people came at Huda and accused her of microaggressions, which is a conversation that could be had. But the way that they accused her of having those microaggressions was by saying that she was terrorizing people in the villa, saying that with their whole chest about a Palestinian woman. I'm just saying, like, if we want to keep microaggressions in check, let's keep those microaggressions in check, because all of this falls under misogyny. I don't care how you justify your misogyny against Huda. It's still misogyny, and it leads to worse misogyny against more vulnerable people. That's the bottom line, and that's why you shouldn't do it. Oh, a woman is unlikable, let's all be misogynistic towards her. Where do you think that's going to lead? You can have fair criticisms of her. You can have well thought out criticisms of her without slut shaming, without mother shaming, without calling her a terrorist. The mental gymnastics, you know what I mean? Like, once again, the mental gymnastics that we're going through just to hate on a woman, to hate on a single mother, to hate on a Middle Eastern woman by saying things like she terrorized people in the villa is fucked up, and it all falls under the general bucket of misogyny, and it leads to worse outcomes for all women. Even when you bully supposedly privileged women, that opens the door for less privileged, more marginalized women to be bullied worse. Y'all need to really remember that. And it works both ways, absolutely. That's what it led to this year. That's how it unfolded this year. That's why I had to jump in and point out that we're veering towards misogyny, and nobody fucking listened to me.